What? What am I doing right now? Sorry, guys. Hello, everybody. I had no
Oh,
idea what was going on.
yeah,
Welcome
like,
back to Jedi Academy, guys. I am Jedi Master Tuck. We are going on a crazy, crazy ride of another episode of Ahsoka. I have some friends with me. I have, as always, Padawan Frito, Mr. Noah Dell, and Tamika is back. Oh, wait a minute. Mika Lorian. Oh, I love.
yeah.
Oh, you and me. I'm telling you.
Uh,
We're already best friends. Already best friends. I love Mandalorian. So,
the checks in the
so
mail.
guys, yeah,
Checks in
absolutely.
the mail.
Now, guys, we are here to talk about newest episode of Ahsoka, episode 4. This was I don't know how to say it in words. This was everything I wanted in an episode. There's a moment in this episode. There's a few moments in this episode where I happy cried a few times throughout this episode. Not gonna lie, there was a few like tears being shed happily for some things that happened. But let's hop right into this. So we open up where they're fixing the ship basically, and Ahsoka's outside meditating, and Hu Yang comes out and says, basically says, what's going on, and and he goes out to fix something outside, and she's like, watch yourself out here, and we go back inside to Ahsoka and Sabine having a little bit of a conversation where Ahsoka basically says, "Are you with me? Are you sure I can trust you now? You're not just going to do some crazy stuff." I really want to talk about this first scene. So let's talk about that just a little bit, guys. How did you guys like the way this opened up? Because with Ahsoka and Sabine, again, it's knowing their relationship, but them having this conversation makes so much sense and has a lot of weight to it right now. So I want to open it
Oh,
up, though. What
I
do you
mean,
guys think?
100%. I mean, it's a massive conversation that they like. Obviously, I think in the way that she at least brought the question up, you can tell that this isn't the first time that they're having this type of conversation. Like, listen, I gotta be able to like know that you've got my back through and out all of this, and
Yes.
you can tell that potentially one or the other has been let down, on either side. So that's why this question needs to be brought up. So I think it's a
Sure.
nice little head nod to that.
Mm.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Ahsoka asks very deep, pointed questions. Like if we save Ezra, are we going to open Pandora's box and let Thrawn ascend to the throne, basically?
Yes.
And then Sabine has to think about it. No. And you can see that struggle she's starting to have with her emotions. Like, no, this is family. It's so bizarre to just have to make that choice. Like, do
Oh
I
yeah.
save the world or do I save my family?
Right. It's not an easy choice. It's not an easy choice that she basically gives her, and she basically tells her, "You're gonna have to make this choice."
Yeah.
So yeah, oh man, I really
It's
love this moment. Go ahead, yeah, no, go
I
ahead,
was gonna,
Noah.
it's a tough choice. It's almost kind of the one like Anakin had to have like save Padme,
Oh,
the thing he loved, and I think that was the
Yeah,
mistake. Like the way Qui Gon way he taught his pupils was like it's okay to have emotions, it's okay to not be your typical Jedi. Whereas Ahsoka, she's falling into the same pit that like I guess maybe Anakin and they kind of taught her. Whereas if she was like, "Hey, look, we'll try to do everything we can to save Ezra, but you also have my back," right? She didn't go that approach. It was like, "You have this choice, not that, hey, we'll try this, but if this doesn't work, you have to do this."
yeah,
And I mean, I think we all knew in that moment, like, yes, she agreed, but we know Sabine.
Sabine's never doing that.
Sabine's never
Yeah,
going to give
yeah,
up on Ezra. She's never going to stop trying to find him.
yeah.
So as deep as this conversation was, and as much as there is history behind this conversation, this was a happy cry moment for me because this is two characters having a moment in live action that I get to see that I've loved for a long time. So just on that level, this was a great emotional moment. But overall, this was because Sabine walked away. Well, she didn't walk away. she suffered a loss of Ezra and sort of went into exclusion basically, and so for her to be able to be in this moment and say, yeah, no, I'm ready to go, like let's go, I think is a big step for her and their relationship where they are, because if you notice, they're continuing that master Padawan thing. Like they keep saying it to each other, like almost like a sarcastic thing. You know what I mean? Where it's almost like, yeah, master, okay, Padawan. Like they're still not in sync yet, and we see that later.
Hmm.
Yeah. So let's move on. This scene's pretty quick, so we'll kind of move right through this one. But this is Elsbeth and um, oh my God,
Balin.
Balin. Yes,
Balin.
I'm telling you, man, I'm so bad with their names right now. And
Balin.
Shin, and basically Balin and Merrick and Merrick, and basically they're having the conversation of they're out there, we know where they are, and she's like he's like the droids are not even going to slow them down, like you two will. So he sends Merrick out with Shin to go confront them. So moving on from there, we have them. We also have them. Oh my God, I love this moment too. So, where the droids start moving in on him and on Hu Yang while he's outside,
Yeah.
and he starts having this
Health.
fight.
Health.
Dude, I don't care. He was still holding his own for a minute. Like he
Yes,
was
he was
holding
holding his own, and
for
then
a
he was
bit.
just like he
Yeah.
pulls and breaks something, knowing that Ahsoka would at least be like,
Dude, it
"That's
was
not
so
right."
smart. It was so smart.
You
And
gotta
this is
know
while
your
they're
limits.
yeah, yeah. And this is again while they're having
Break it
another
down.
conversation inside, basically gearing up, ready to get going. But they're having another conversation in the ship, and this battle sort of breaks out outside, and them two fighting together again in sync this time. This time was so fun because
Yeah.
at the very end with Sabine pulling with the the harpoon and pulling him, and then Ahsoka basically taking him down as she's pulling him. Just really cool stuff we get to see in this very opening shot with them too, and what we can see maybe later in this series. But overall, what do we think about this? This quick, with starting with
I-
Galen and all them, and then moving into the fight scene.
It was a good scene.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Balin. I think anything to do with Balin is absolutely great. He definitely even just a few words. He commands a presence on the screen.
Yeah.
That is very almost ominous and intimidating. And I just think that was a great scene between them two. And then, as you were saying, like them fighting alongside each other was just a really nice scene. And Hu Yang's just funny as shit. Just help.
He's a great droid.
Help.
Yeah. No, he's great.
Like you said, he was holding his own though.
He is. He's got the 4 arms, man. He was going at it with the 4 arms, man. He was going at
and then he hit his limit, and he was like, "Oh, this is all I learned from that workout tape."
Yeah.
And,
I was so expecting him to pull out a lightsaber.
Dude, exactly. I was definitely like, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. He's been around for like 2,500 years or something in the Jedi Order.
And I mean, he is the
25,000 years,
lightsaber trainer, so it's like he knows all the fucking stances and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like he would know all of that. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a great scene. Go ahead, Noah. What did you think so far, man?
No, I was just saying it was really cool. Like for me, I guess it was just I like the lightsaber on lightsaber action, and for me so far it was kind of like I wouldn't say it wasn't there, but this episode really like intensified it for me, so I was really happy.
Oh yeah. Overall,
I also like when Ahsoka forced whatever was the guy, and then pulled him in front of.
Oh man, dude, yes. It was such a great movie.
There is a scene, there's a scene later on we'll talk about that shows how strong she is, but also there's a scene how it just as equally shows how strong Balin is, and it's crazy.
Yeah. I really like him. I really like him as a villain overall because he's not one dimensional. Like when she's talking about, you have to have faith. He's like, I lost my faith a long time ago, and like just little things he says. He's not just I want power. He's really like he hates that his life is where it is, I think, but this is where it is. Do you know what I mean? He's just doing what he does, and this is just kind of where it's at now.
To
So
me,
I
it's
really like that depth to him that they're creating with him, and especially Shin.
yeah.
Because everybody was talking about how Shin's going to go good. There's no way she is Sith. She is absolutely Sith. So
All the way.
yeah.
What
I
were you
would
saying,
say
Noah?
to me, it's just like I want to know what Balin's end goal is because like he drops these hints that's like it's not the same goal as the Night Sister lady, you know.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely not like in that. I mean, he's recruited by her, but I don't think he's in the
Yeah,
inner
so
circle
like
of the
I
plan.
want to
really,
know
yeah.
like what he's trying like his end goal is. So it'll be interesting to see.
I kind of think of him as like a force
Count Dooku,
using like
yeah.
Boba Fett, like you know,
Oh,
he's almost
yeah.
like a bounty hunter, like a mercenary kind of. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at him and her. So they're just kind of doing whatever the credits say, you know, whatever the money is, let's do it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I look at it for them. I don't think they have, at
You don't
least
think
in
he
this
has a
story, I don't think they
ulterior-
have an involvement. I think they have their own plan and their own
Okay.
agenda,
Mhm.
but I don't think it's part of her plan. I don't think that I think they have their own thing going.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I can definitely see them attracted to power, the potential power that Thrawn has. But for what motive? Like you said, what is their motive with having Thrawn's power?
Well, look, if you get into favor and save the heir to the Empire, the guy that's going to become the Emperor, basically, you might, as a Jedi or as Force users, come in handy. So it's not far fetched for him to be like, look, I could be in favor with the guy that's going to take over the universe.
Yeah.
I also think, I somewhat think, especially the way he treats other Jedis, I think he wants to restart the Jedi Order under this new regime. I think that's his end because he makes a comment later on in this episode saying along the lines of something about the future and I plan for it and this is what I thrive for and something along those lines.
Because we haven't seen that they have the Sith eye, so maybe they're not completely like full.
I think he is like I said, I think he is
real. Oh, shit.
The One Piece is real.
What?
It's a random one. I like it.
Nice, Hans.
Like
I like it, Hans Peter. But I think, like I said, I think he has this seek for kind of like restarting this Jedi Order.
Yeah,
maybe this kind of new, Knight's Order. Let's just call it.
I just don't feel like he's like completely like bad. Like I said, he just doesn't have that vibe to me. He just has a vibe of like this is just where I'm at now in life, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like an anti-hero.
Because he even said like it sucks that I have to try to kill Ahsoka.
Yeah, no, like he has made it very clear that it is a shame that he has to even be in this midst with another Jedi, and like he even says another Jedi, like so he still considers.
But he says us also. He said it would take out it would suck. It would be regretful to take out another one of us.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like he's saying another Jedi, so he's calling himself still, and like those using those key words, I would say just. Showing that he still considers himself as a part of the Jedi Order.
I'm with you 100. Yeah, I agree 100%.
As for his Padawan, I don't know. I think she's going another path.
He's probably just using her. She's probably just an ends to a mean.
Well, I don't even think it's an ends to a mean. I think he had this intention to probably, train this Padawan in his ways. But like you're also doing it while seeking power, which is a clear misdirect from the Jedi teaching. So it's like she's getting these glimpses of the Jedi teaching, but like if all you're doing is seeking power, of course you're more dark than anything else. And like I think his seek of power is this kind of, like I said, a new world order, a new way of life and shit. Whereas her seek is just like, no, I truly want to be in control. I want power. I want to be the strongest.
Yeah. I don't think that's wrong. And she's young, so we know how young people are more, impulsive, more reckless. So absolutely, she's going to make, decisions like that. So yeah, I think that falls right in line. Of course.
Young people.
So
yes, young people.
Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the scene. I mean, it's the scene.
What's
It
the
is
scene?
the showdown. It's the showdown. No, it's the showdown.
It's the
Um,
final
Yeah, I mean,
countdown.
we get Ahsoka and Sabine standing there, and Merrick and of course Shin show up.
Yep.
And I love this, Western showdown feel, this, samurai movie
Yeah.
type feel
Yeah.
showdown. So we get Sabine, which obviously she immediately just starts attacking after a few seconds of staring each other down. She just goes at it and pulls Shin off to the side. Again, another happy cry moment for me. The little smirk, laugh, or smile that Ahsoka gives when she runs off, because she's just like, okay, Sabine, like, obviously this is what you're doing. I can't stop you, so obviously you're on your own again. But I just love the little like really.
It was almost like a Full House moment where like
Not the
Dad's just
Full
looking at the
House.
kid.
It's not
You-
even
You
disappointment. It's
kids.
just more. Yeah,
No.
it's just more like there she goes
Everywhere
again.
you
Yeah,
look. Oh.
yeah. But then we get this. Oh my goodness!
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
I don't want to ruin this for you. So Tamika. So because I don't know where. I don't remember if this happens in season 4 or 5 of Rebels, but there is a Obi-Wan esque moment with Ahsoka and Merrick where she slices him open and the smoke
Oh,
monster
yes,
from Lost
I
comes
saw
out.
that.
I
I'm
don't care what
past
y'all
that.
say, it's the smoke monster from Lost. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm
sticking
past
with.
that. I'm actually after Kanan's death, and they're trying to regroup. That's where I am at Rebels.
Merrick is not Ezra. It is the smoke monster from Lost.
We
That's what
still
I'm
don't know
going with.
this. We still don't know this.
Oh,
He could
boy.
be
Here we
controlled by Elizabeth, and she is controlling his mind and making him the smoke monster. We don't know these things.
Okay. Yeah.
I just love it. This is
He
like
went
you're
down
dying
like
on. I know.
I'm
it's gonna be
dying on
Pepe.
this hill. I'm
Oh, it's
dying
Pepe.
on this hill.
It will be
It's
Pepe in the
fucking
end.
Pepe.
We know that.
It's 100% Pepe.
As soon as he went down, I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait for the night."
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, no.
I was kind of salty that it was like this big hype.
I still
I
think
thought
okay.
it was
Listen,
genius.
all right. I will. I'm not going to say I give up on my theory, but
Okay.
it's still alive and strong. But I
Okay.
do think that if it's not Ezra, I don't think it's just going to be a smoke monster. I don't think it's.
I don't think Merrick comes back
it's
into the
not
story.
going to
I think
It's
he's
a
be
done.
smoke
this.
monster, David. It's a smoke monster.
It's
He's
not a
gone.
fucking smoke monster.
He's gone.
I'm telling you.
It's
Okay,
a
here's
deflated balloon.
No, I just want to mess with him a little bit about it. But no, look, I don't know what it is.
It's Pepe.
Well, it's definitely Pepe. We know that for sure. It's Pepe. Here's my issue with it though, and it's very small, but here's my issue with it. Yes, it was put in there obviously as a reason to get everybody hyped up. We definitely hyped it up more than it obviously should have been.
I did.
But still,
I know
that's
what
not
you're
our
talking
fault
about.
because it's set up.
It's the exact amount of hype I wanted to see.
Person hyped it up.
Okay.
I'm not
Hold
saying it in a
hold
bad
on.
way. I'm
You
just
all
saying
fanned
like,
this
it
fire.
was fanned.
You all added fuel to
I
this.
just
You
shook
all
my head and laughed at you.
No, you kept making no. We were all behind this. I'm telling you.
I wasn't
It's a-
behind.
it's a-
I don't.
it's a
I was just
group-wide
like,
thing.
I was never behind it.
It's
Was
a
that
group
I
wide
was,
thing.
I was never behind that.
I will pull up some videos to show that you even
When you
said
pull
no.
them
Well,
up,
that
then.
actually does track.
I said it could be possible. I never said I
Yeah.
believe.
That's
it.
backing. That's backing.
That's not backing.
I didn't even say that.
That's not backing. Anyway. But no, seriously, guys, we get a really cool battle though with these two cut back and forth shots with
Yeah.
Ahsoka having this samurai standoff with Merrick and Sabine having this shootout / samurai show off with Shin. So, overall, what do we think about these two fights, though, guys? Really cool action, I thought. I thought the way it's all set up. I love Ahsoka going to the one saber and going straight katana style, basically on him. I love that. Sabine being able to hold her own and then showing just how badass even, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, just a small, tiny Mandalorian can be. Because she's not a big person as like a Boba Fett or a Mandalorian or something. So, but she's still able to hold her own because Mandalorian's shields and Mandalorian armor is made to fight Jedi. So she is
Yeah, I was gonna say,
she's
like,
made
I
to
think
do this. So
I truly love the fact the way that she used her very vital utilized her Beskar.
Right.
Like she was definitely using it to block lightsaber shots. She was doing a lot more, I guess, Mandalorian things, which obviously showcased her talents.
Right.
And I think I truly liked when they did get over to this lightsaber battle. It seemed like she was holding her own way more than the very first time she interacted with her, which was a nice little progression. But still, you could tell that she just still isn't that strong Jedi, obviously, that other people are. And there was the moment that we were talking about beforehand where she has she tries to use the Force and then just use the blasters and completely throws her off guard, which is a great scene. And then Ahsoka, I mean, obviously that was an amazing fight scene, and like you said, it really showcased her skills.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
Yes to all that.
I didn't know who was going after.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, please jump in.
Okay.
You let us talk, we'll talk. So just jump in.
Well, I think too with Sabine, she got better with the lightsaber because she did all that practice session with Hu Yang.
Mm-hmm.
So that was making her better. But yes, I agree. Her strengths and her comfort level is Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
More so than Jedi. She's not quite comfortable with the lightsaber and the way of the Jedi way, as opposed to the warrior way of the Mandalorian. As for Ahsoka, I felt like she was more in control, but then her emotions got rattled and she started to lose control in the midst of the battle with oh God, I can't remember.
Balin.
I don't know why I want to say Balin.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're talking about the one in the forest though with Merrick.
Yeah. Oh, you're not there yet. Oh, okay.
No, yeah. You're good. You're good.
Never mind. We'll edit that.
I was just like, wait, we're not there yet. Not quite. We're getting there. Trust me.
No,
we'll edit that one out.
Yeah, we got you. We'll handle that in post. Don't you worry.
Post production, we'll edit that.
Because we're so professional here down in the multiverse.
Absolutely. How's that cereal over there?
It's actually fried rice.
Oh, nice. Even better.
Oh, I thought you eating cereal.
Fried rice?
Oh.
Chicken fried rice.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you eat Apple Jacks.
This is my din.
Apple Jacks. Nice.
I want some Apple Jacks now.
Apple Jacks.
But anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead. What do you think about that fight, though? Well,
no, it was a really good fight scene.
Okay.
I have no complaints.
No complaints. That's fair. No, again, oh man, just watching these two have their fun, quote unquote, is so much fun. But seeing later what we're going to talk about. Okay, let's just get to it.
Well, real quick, one last thing. I do say,
yeah.
You mentioned this, and I do want to like that whole. I still don't understand the decision, but I do think it was cool. Why this time she decided to use the one, saber. Like I get it. She didn't need it, but like even in the later fight, like come the fuck on. Like start off with 2. Stop this bullshit. Cut this shit the fuck out. We're here for business.
Right, don't you disrespect Ahsoka.
I'm just saying.
She makes a decision. If she makes a decision, it is right. Okay, no. I'm joking.
I mean,
I'm joking.
She decided to trust people. I'm just saying, wasn't the right.
She thought she can do it with 1.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. She went in confident in this one. That's all.
She was a bit overconfident.
No, it's fair. It's fair. It is a weird choice because we very rarely see her with 1. So I would agree with that. Yeah.
And especially that stance. I don't know. I don't think we've ever really seen her take
this
that
whole
kind
show
of.
To me is his love letter to like
Yes.
Japanese samurai movies.
Yes.
And
Yes, exactly.
this
And
whole
Western.
show has that vibe of just like an old Western, old samurai movie.
Yeah.
You know?
A
Samurai.
Japanese spaghetti western.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yes. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
exactly
basically,
what
right.
Star Wars is
Yeah.
in
So
space.
I think that might have been why he did it, just kind of going with that vibe, and he just felt like it was a right moment. You know, I don't know, but I do like it. I do think it's a cool moment because we get, like I said, again, I don't want to spoil too much, but we get this great Obi-Wan moment where she just takes him out in one swipe.
Yeah, I'm past that part. I'm
Okay,
where
so you know what happens with Darth Maul.
yeah, I'm where Kanan dies.
Okay,
and,
yeah, no,
after
that's
Kanan.
one of my favorite scenes. Like that
I
is
mean,
a scene.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I just wanted
I
to
mean,
make
this
sure
whole show
because
was a spoiler.
it's
Yeah,
It's
I thought
actually-
that scene was awesome too in Rebels, where you
it's
talking
one of
about
the
with
greatest
Obi
scenes ever
Wan.
in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest scenes ever because that scene is. I'm going to go on just a tiny rant. So that scene is so great because knowing Darth Maul has been chasing Obi-Wan his entire life, and vice versa, they've been chasing each other their entire lives, and for them to have that moment where he's like, "He will avenge us," and he says "us" to Obi-Wan, which is to me, oh, fucking tears. Like
It's
immediately.
like
I don't
almost
care. I
like
don't care.
a we fought against. It's like when fighters go into the cage against one another and they hate each other at first, and they come out of it, they're like, "That's my brother." We went through a crazy thing, and it's like,
Oh, they
these
still
two
hate
have-
each other, but just the mutual respect they have at that
Yes.
point. Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's just,
It
I
was
just love that scene
awesome.
for that.
And also a bit anticlimactic because it was like I've been waiting for my whole life to fight you, and in 5 minutes one of
Mhm.
us dies.
He's dead. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, too, Maul is very much in line. But Maul is very much in line with Obi-Wan and Luke and everybody because he wants to take Palpatine down too. He hates
Yeah.
Palpatine just as much.
Yeah.
It's not like
That's for
he
different
has any
reasons.
love for Palpatine. So they actually have more in common than they do against each other. There's just more of a pat anyway. But yeah, anyway, so let's get into this Balin scene because so basically what happens is after she defeats Merrick and Smoke Monster flies away, she says, "I got this. You go on. We go get the map." And Sabine
Ezra
and-
Bridger's smoke monster. Yes, that's right.
Yes, Ezra Bridger.
No, he is not.
Yes.
That's the smoke monster.
But Ezra and Ezra and Shin.
EBSM.
Yes, Sabine and Shin finish their battle while Ahsoka goes and confronts Balin, which this is another great scene. Just these two, first of all, actors going up against each other is just it's a great scene in that sense. But the actual depth of Star Wars that's here too is just amazing because or lore, I guess, whatever you want to say. Because they're having this conversation and she's immediately like, "No, we're here to fight, so let's fight." And he's like, "Yeah, I knew you were the type that couldn't hold back." So I really love that beginning of the fight moment between them because he's basically taunting her and he knows it, and she knows it, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not. It's not even that I'm taking the bait. I came here for this. Like, this is what I'm here for."
And I thought it was a really interesting way that he started their like interaction off, just being like, Anakin spoke about you a lot. Like, I just in the moment I was like, "How dare you say his name? How dare you speak those words to her?"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it was this like I was literally sitting at
And he
work
would definitely
watching
know
my
who
phone,
Anakin
just
was.
like no,
I mean,
and
for
of
sure.
course,
Yeah,
without a doubt. But it's just like,
yeah.
Don't you say his name?
Well, here's the thing I don't understand though about that moment. Here is Ahsoka was brought up by the council and charged with murder and kicked out of the council.
Mm-hmm.
And then after she was exonerated, she walked away. If he knew Anakin, he would have known this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no way he wouldn't have. I mean, maybe the trial itself he didn't know about her, but when she actually walked away, he would have known that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's not like that was a secret
he act
thing.
like
I
he
mean, it was
didn't?
very
Like-
public.
Did he act like he didn't?
Yeah, he said he spoke of you, but or no, she says I don't remember you, and he's like I really don't remember much of you either, or something like that. But yeah, he only says that Anakin spoke of her highly. But basically, he doesn't even like act like he knows anything about her. which I just thought was weird because, like I said, that would have been a public thing. Like that wasn't
Yeah.
like a behind the
So,
scenes thing.
I
so.
wonder if Balin was a secret apprentice of Darth Vader. Dun, 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 dun.
No, it was just maybe it was just a weird line that he just didn't even think of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it just didn't mean that. It just so. But anyway, so yeah, we get into this fight, and again, I mean, if anybody ever had doubts about Rosario Dawson, I think they're gone now. I mean, they have to be by this point.
Yeah.
I mean, she can do the action. She can do she can play the character. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why, if you doubted her at first, you still are, because she is killing it. She really is as Ahsoka. I feel Ahsoka coming out of her. Like, I really do. So I just love that she at least, even though I don't think she's perfect, I think she has the essence of the character enough, and she knows what she's doing enough that it just feels right. Do you know what I mean? I guess that's
For sure.
the best you can do. I mean, that's really the best you can do. So
It's kind of like Ahsoka the later years.
Yeah.
You know, she's like a mature Ahsoka.
I think that's the thing too, is I think we all want the Ahsoka that we've seen in Clone Wars, Rebels, even, you know, where she's still got this kind of like spunk to her.
All right, man. You gotta go. All right, man.
See.
Who still has this like spunk to her and like this kind of like go get 'em attitude, whereas now she's it's seasoned. She has dealt with a Padawan herself already. She has like been traveling all the galaxies and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely an Ahsoka who has aged and been through some shit.
Yeah. Again, watch her story and tell me that you wouldn't have some PTSD and just some, you know, attachment issues and social issues and whatever issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Grow up real fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And you become serious very fast in that because you have to. You can't be a kid anymore. You can't be, you know, this, you know. So, yeah. For me, I've never had an issue with it because I think it makes the most sense on where the character is. I think it makes the most sense. So,
yeah.
Her playing it stoically and whatever, I think fits. I just think it does.
And I think to go back to the actual fight scene between these two, you see there's the moment where you see finally Shin comes back first. And Ahsoka has this moment where she thinks Sabine is dead. Yeah. And you just see her toss Shin like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you can see how powerful, but like seconds later, the fight continues back between Balin and her, and he tosses her like a rag doll.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is also like it just kind of commends like to his power is equal, if not greater, than Ahsoka's in this moment. Like you can tell that he has definitely been a fully trained Jedi Knight. Like he is very powerful. And I think what makes him so powerful is, in his mind, he's still doing the right thing for what he has in mind for his future. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, so I still don't think that's why he's like overcome and like succumb to the overbearing of the evil, like the dark side, but he still has this like dead focused determination.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but both gave into their emotions. So for a second, they weren't Jedi. they flirted with the stiff side for a minute. You know, I mean, like you said, Ahsoka picked up Shin and just choked the mess out of her. Like, how dare you kill my friend? And then just smacked her across the wall. And then Balin did the same thing. He threw her off a cliff. That's not very Jedi-like, is it? To throw someone off a cliff?
No, it's not. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, he's not quite a Jedi. I mean, we don't think he's quite bad, but he's not good. He's definitely not good.
No one said he was the best.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm not inviting them to Thanksgiving, that's for sure. I mean,
please don't invite him to Thanksgiving.
Not inviting.
I'm not inviting any of them to Thanksgiving. They're
right.
Why? You wouldn't have to even cook the turkey. He can cut it with the lightsaber and just perfectly cook it.
Yeah,
true.
and then somebody will cut too deep and cut into the table, and then
Right,
into the
exactly.
carpet, and then into the wherever else. I
Oh
don't
my
got time
God.
for that.
I agree. So yeah, so we have the heartbreaking moment, yeah, where Ahsoka thinks Sabine is dead. She loses her shit, which
Mhm.
again, obvious.
Yeah.
And then she sees Ahsoka or Sabine is alive, and she's immediately thrown off the edge. And then we have this. I'm just gonna say it. There's no way Sabine makes this decision, in my opinion. This is not
I
Sabine to me.
I don't. I mean, I completely agree. I
I
from
don't know if
everything
she
we've
would
seen in
actually do it.
Rebels, everything we've seen
Mm.
like throughout the show, even they're getting their relationship together. Her and Ahsoka. I don't
Mhm.
see that happening, but I mean,
No,
it did.
it did.
Um,
She made the decision.
Yeah.
He makes it very clear. He says, "I want you to come with me willingly." He does make that part very clear. Now they do eventually put her in handcuffs, but he does say
Not
willingly
willingly.
to her. Just saying.
Yeah, I want
Just
you to come with me willingly.
right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
But how did he know about Ezra though? Was there something that he tapped into?
Oh yeah, he read her mind. Yeah, he read her mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
read her. Okay.
yeah.
I was
You
gonna
could
say that's funny. You know Ezra, but you don't know Ahsoka.
right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Um,
Well, maybe like we were talking about how Ahsoka is different from the animated series. Maybe Sabine is different too. Like
And
her
look, again, it's
personality
possible.
and the
I'm not
ability.
saying that she would never make this decision. I
Mhm.
just feel like she would also, in the moment, understand that yes, Ezra is important, but he's not. He's
But this
just
is
not.
greater than this. Like I feel like she would have attempted. Like
Yes,
my thing is, I feel like she would
she's
have
fought
attempted
fraud.
something first. She would have attempted something first to
Yeah.
get away from them with the
Yes.
map
Mhm.
first before she gave it away to them. Like I don't see her destroying it.
Which do you
But I
think that's why she doesn't have her jetpack in this series?
because she could have flown away right there.
She's been out.
Mm. Unless this
I mean,
is
they
some
probably would have force grabbed
plan
her, but
she
she would have
got
been
going
out.
on. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did find it weird that she didn't have that. I was like the
I've been
entire
finding
time.
it very weird.
Every
Yeah.
single fight scene she's been in, I thought it was weird that she didn't have because she had her jetpack throughout almost every fucking bit
All
of Rebels.
Rebels,
The
yeah.
moment she got it,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yep.
I don't. Yeah, maybe.
Just
But
a
I
weird
also
thing I
was
noticed.
just like that entire scene. I completely was like I thought, maybe what's it called had just gotten there in the nick of time. Hera
Hera.
and like
Yeah.
caught what's her name,
Yes.
Ahsoka, and she was gonna come up and Sabine was gonna toss it to her or something. Like
Something.
I
Dude.
just thought anything else was going to happen, but the way
No,
it transpired and her just basically giving in.
But tell me this isn't a Sabine moment right here where she actually does the thing with the hand to go to drop it. And there's that one moment right before she drops it where she goes, if she would have then just been like, and got out of it, that's a Sabine moment.
Yeah.
Because she's letting them think off guard. Okay, I'm putting them off guard. I'm
Then
letting them
that's
think
what
I'm giving
I
in,
was
and then I'm out.
the entire
That's a
time. I
Sabine
mean,
moment. Her
up
giving in is
until-
not a Sabine moment.
up until
Sorry,
he had
sorry.
it in his hand,
Yeah.
I completely was just like, something's gonna happen. She's gonna do something.
Yes.
What
right.
angle is she playing?
Yes.
I mean, Tamika, someone who has been watching Rebels, do you think that was the most Sabine thing you've ever seen?
No, she would have found a way to put an explosive on him. And then
anything.
flew
Yeah,
out
yes.
right.
and then
Oh, she
scrape
loves
him
her
in his face
explosives.
and
Yes.
say deuces.
Yep. She's a badass in Rebels, right? Like she's a real badass.
But like I said, maybe, like how Ahsoka is more weathered now, maybe it's the
Yeah.
opposite for Sabine.
But-
Or does in that, you know what? Actually, you know what? okay, the only way I can see it is she really believes Ahsoka died right there on that cliff, falling off that cliff. She really believed it. That's the only way I can see her making that decision. Because she doesn't know Hera's there yet. So if she really believes Ahsoka's gone and this is really her only chance to even have a chance to get to where Ezra is, I could see her taking that.
Maybe.
Again, I'm not saying it's what happened. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think of is in that moment she just feels so alone, and I can get to Ezra right now if I do this. I can literally get to him right now. And that I can see her saying, okay, it's worth. But again, I don't know enough. I don't know to say that that's what actually. I don't know if she believes Ahsoka died right there.
But I just felt like
yeah. All right.
I know you're breaking up, dude. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm back.
Hey.
Okay.
Well,
I was just saying, like, I think in the middle of that scene, also there was another scene that we kind of skipped over or glanced over.
Yeah, I wanted to get back.
They were in space, or no? Was this after? No, never mind. That was after the fact. That was after the fight. So never mind. I'm crazy. I was going to talk about the ring going into hyperspeed.
Yeah, I want to get back though. We do need to jump back a little bit. Does anybody else have anything about this fight scene though? I do want to make sure we talk about it.
No. Like I said, I agree that wasn't a Sabine moment.
Yeah, it just didn't feel. Yeah, it just didn't feel totally like something she would do in that moment. Okay, so I want to jump back because this is a moment, man. Oh my goodness, Hera, leaving with Jace and taking him onto the Ghost. Not the mini ship, it's the Ghost. They are in the Ghost together with Chopper, and they have their fleet of people. Which this to me was a missed opportunity because the last time we saw Zeb in live action was in Mandalorian season 3.
I 100% was expecting him.
And who was he with?
General. What's it called?
I can't remember the guy's name, but the Asian guy. The cool ass fucking pilot dude. It's in all of them.
Yeah. I completely thought when they were going around, Zeb was gonna be one of them, and when
I thought he was gonna be last, and he was gonna be like, "And I'm here too, Hera. Let's go." I thought
I was highly upset. I was hoping it was Zeb was gonna be there, like, "Oh, let's bring him home," but nope.
Yeah, I really for sure thought he was going to be in that group, that squadron group for sure. Because the last time we saw him was in that bar at the end of Mandalorian season 3, talking. He was standing there with him talking to Mandalorian. So I thought, oh man, we're finally getting Zeb live action. Well, not finally, but again.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters from Rebels too. I love all they're all great characters. So,
and I'm like, well, when is he going to come then? Because how many episodes?
Yeah, that's yes, which really is disappointing because he's there. He's there. Like, come on, get the crew back together.
Like, I wanted him to come around and be like, all right, let's bring the gang home. Like,
if they bring Ezra home and he's there to greet them,
or I truly thought.
Tears.
I truly thought he was like they were gonna do that thing, and then Zeb was gonna come in from the back of the Ghost and be like, "Systems go from here, boss." And I was like,
something. Yes. I wanted I thought it was either gonna be the last fighter, like he was gonna be like, "And I'm here too," or so. You know what I mean? Or yes, him walking in on the Ghost would have been awesome. Because apparently there was a part of one of the trailers from Celebration last year that they only got to see at Celebration. And there was a shot of Zeb in the Ghost walking into the cockpit. So I don't know. Oh, it makes me so angry. But I love this scene. I love the commander that's always, he's in the Mandalorian. He's been in Boba Fett, I think. I really like him as a kind of a reoccurring character throughout all the different shows.
1 second.
Him bringing. Yeah. So him bringing them together and going, and Hera's just like, look, I'm going to help my friends. I'm sorry. And he's like, you're a general. You can't do that. And she's like, no, I'm a general, so I can
Yeah.
do that. And like,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I can do.
And it was
So,
awesome. She had her son there too, right next to her,
yes,
just like
yes.
Kenan. Yeah.
I love that she brought Jason with her. Again, you know now who he is. It's
Yes.
Kanan's son, Kanan and her
Yes.
son. So,
And then I asked, how did they have time to make babies?
yeah,
Because they
look,
were
hey, we're
always
not.
on the
Hey,
road.
you know what?
Rebels.
They had to sleep at some time. So all I'm going to say, at some point, they had to sleep. So something was happening
Every
on
time
the
they
coast.
got together, it was
Ghost was a
like,
rocking.
oh,
They didn't come
explosion.
knocking. That's all.
So, yeah, okay.
They did it when those opening scenes happened. And last week on Rebels,
Oh yeah, right.
the gang went to,
Exactly.
that's when they were doing it.
That's the only time they had. Okay.
I
That's when
love
they were
it.
doing
I love it.
Kanan was just blind as hell, like, come on, we got 5 seconds to get this done. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So I'm gonna sort of combine this scene into the hyper jump scene,
Mhm.
because that's really the only kind of thing that we have left to talk about, except for the main obvious last point. That we'll get to that.
Yes.
So yeah, so they come into the airspace, jump out of light speed into the space of this planet, and they sense, or they on their sensors they see the ship. And they come around the planet, and they are like, "Oh shit, this is hyperspace. It's about to take off, and it's kind of pointing right at us." So we might want to get out of here. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, they just, like I was saying, and then it just
goes. Yeah, it just jumps. Yeah, and the one pilot's like, "I don't think they're here for a fight. Like, I don't think they're staying around for a fight. I think they're jumping." But we get what might be my favorite line from any character ever said in Star Wars. It's the most reoccurring line in all of Star Wars. It's said in almost every movie, but it's said by a person in this show that I was
What
like,
is it?
"Oh, Jason."
I'm sure I know what it is.
Now, calm down.
He says, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Oh, yay.
For God's sakes, what is it, man?
He's force sensitive. He is force sensitive. He is force. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Of course he's going to be force sensitive.
Shut up. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting shit.
God.
Dude, you don't understand. Seeing this shit in live action is just like...
Yeah, and he just got green in his hair from his mom because his dad's jeans took off.
I know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'll admit that. It's kind of weird. But I still love it. I still love him. I love that he is in the show, though. I really do love that he's in the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that he's going on this adventure. He's not sitting back at the base waiting for mom to come home.
No.
And I love the moment with her where she's like, when you're a general, you can do whatever the hell you want. But right now, I'm a general, so you're going to wear your seatbelt. I love that. I love that moment. It's totally Hera. That is definitely Hera. Hera is absolutely like, no, every single one of y'all put your seatbelts on.
Yeah.
Literally.
Before we get the fuck out. So, I love that moment. But overall, what do we think about this?
Well,
this
I mean, I think that was a crazy maneuver and like a crazy thing on their part too, to jump into hyperspace going around.
Listen, did it remind you of the end of the sequels where they do the hyper jump?
Oh
yeah.
But like this scene like was absolutely insane because like they all could have died in that moment.
A couple of them did.
Like they all could have died right there, and I was just like, for a second, I was like, they're not gonna like damage that ship, are they? They're not gonna take out the ghost, right?
No, I didn't think. Yeah, I was.
I think the ghost is fine, barely.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, and again, not much happened in this scene, but I love that Jace said that specific line for two reasons. Obviously, it's the line and it's him saying it, and we know Filoni's hinting for something. I want the Jace spinoff. Sorry, that's just me. Anyway, Jason Harris spinoff. That's what I want.
Oh,
yeah, not my
anyway, Jace.
No,
Jace,
you have enough spinoffs.
No. Then we get the moment.
Mm.
The moment. Ahsoka lives, and somebody pulled her into the world between worlds. This is a place we have seen before.
Mhm.
Ezra has utilized this to save Ahsoka's life before, so we automatically, everybody in their right minds would assume Ezra just saved her, right? No, Anakin is standing behind
No.
her and talking to her,
Yeah.
and it goes to black, and I want to kill Dave Filoni for that. So,
Yeah.
moving on. Let's
Well,
not
so
talk
like,
about that.
okay, so I mean, that's basically the scene. So it was a beautiful
Yeah, yeah.
scene. But like,
Yeah.
my thing is, what do we think? Like you said, one, where is this? Which version or of Anakin is this? And also,
Mhm.
what is he about to tell her?
Yeah.
Like, he
Yep.
probably like, is he about to tell her like, listen, you have a long ways to go with your Padawan? Is he going to be like, hey, no, she's got the anger in her, you got to cut, like, I'm like, what is the conversation that these two are about to have? And calling her Snips,
Mhm.
Dude, I'm telling you,
hearing Snips was just amazing.
just so y'all know,
Mhm.
we're a man crying over here.
It's okay for men crying. Real men crying.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Dude, it was such a great moment. Go ahead, to me. What did you
I
think?
was gonna say I like the transition with the waves and into the world between worlds or whatever it's called.
Man.
Yeah, it's like like I said, I want to know who pulled her in it too.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was Anakin who did.
I was gonna say, I think it is. Yeah, I think
It's
they're
Anakin.
basically saying it was Anakin. Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
But I'm just trying to figure out, like I said, what's
Dude,
about to
I'll be
happen.
honest though. So here's my thing too. When they first show her in there, it's like this kind of like bluish, like wavy, like stuff
Yeah.
under her like face. And I'm thinking, is she like in like an ethereal realm? Is she like in a like I thought for a moment she might have been where her and Anakin were at before with the father, the sister, and the brother. And then they start pulling out, and I'm like, oh, no, wait a minute. We're in the world between worlds. I'm like, how in the fuck did Ahsoka get back into the world between worlds? So, yeah, and then when Anakin, and we hear Anakin's voice and her yelling out to him, I mean, it's just so heartbreaking. It's just so heartbreaking because, man, if we see her seeing that live action fight again of her and Vader, like, could you imagine if her and Anakin are having a conversation, watching themselves fight each other?
Yeah.
It'd be so funny though if like there's 1 second where he looks over her, it's like, you see your form right there? You could have had me right there, but you didn't.
Dude, do you know that would probably be the conversation?
Yeah,
too?
of course. That's what I'm
That
saying.
would
Like,
absolutely be the conversation.
be like, see, you let your guard down right there, and I took advantage of it.
I just like the possibilities of what we can get in the beginning of next episode blow my mind right now.
What sucks is they're not they're not going to do what I would love a full like 10 minutes in there.
Yes.
But what we're probably going to get is a nice like 4-minute conversation at most.
Yeah.
So my thing is you have 4 minutes to probably try and capture like what you need to say. So what the fuck is these scenes about to be? Because they need to be quick and they need to be informative.
Yeah.
Well, there were rumors that that he was seen on set in his Clone Wars, like his like with the shoulder patch and all that shit, like the armor on the shoulder and all that. So maybe this is where they do the flashbacks. Maybe this is where we get the flashbacks.
Ooh, oh my God.
Talking and we get flashbacks.
Listen,
maybe
this guiltfully. This is how I would love the next episode to go. If they basically have.
I want the next 4 episodes to just be them walking through the. I'm sorry, like
that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. What I'm about to say is about to be a stretch.
As we said last time.
I want. I would love for them to spend the entire episode like them walking, basically taking a walk down memory lane together and like walking through everything, and like coherently as they're doing that, you're seeing Sabine potentially either maybe correct some wrongs that she has just recently made and doing it on her own, as Ahsoka had to come to those conclusions and realizations on her own, away from the Jedi Order. Maybe this will be her moments to truly come to herself, and maybe we finally see she gets her Force sensitivity powers and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what I would love to see in this next episode, because we're right at the halfway marker, and now is when I think we get this tilt in the story, because they have the coordinates, they're going. Now is when things, I think, start to really ramp the fuck up.
Okay, what I would like to see is Ahsoka snatch Sabine out that moment where she gave.
I want to
They
see
were like,
that.
"What
Yeah,
you doing?"
absolutely.
And snatch her back out.
I would
Be
love
like,
to see it.
hey, girl, didn't we have
girl,
this talk
what you
before?
doing?
Didn't we have this talk about
What
trust?
you doing, girl? That's what I want to see, or her snatching her off the ship. Hey, girl, what you doing over there? And then snatch the spear, and then close the portal.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
That's what I want.
I would love to see it. No, I would love to see that. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see, though, if they could do, dude. So just imagine that episode, the next episode, like you said, is them walking through the world between worlds and walking up to like each portal, and each portal is just a moment in history, like a moment in their lives, or her life, or his life, or Sabine's life, even, like, and they're just having this conversation. And he gets to give her his final lesson, man. Like, why would dude? I would literally like be crying that entire episode watching that. That
Don would just be like,
he said the thing, and then the guy did it.
"Oh my god! Did you see the way he did that scene?"
There's some tissue.
I would just be that. Yeah, I would literally be like, fucking, what's his name from the Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, exactly. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. That would just be me the whole time. Like, he said it. Oh, he said it. Oh, he said it. The whole time. But no, I really did enjoy the way this ended. I thought it ended on a perfect cliffhanger. This is exactly where you want to stop the episode, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Especially halfway, like I said, especially halfway through the season at the exact half marker, like it's a pretty cataclysmic way to end that episode.
But here's the question. Here's the actually, in my opinion, I think the biggest question, right, is Ahsoka's in the world between worlds. Sabine just went into hyperspace, like a different galaxy. Hera just showed up to this planet, and everybody's gone. Like, what does she do now? Because she's just like kind of like,
I came to help.
Yeah, everybody just bounced. Like, what happened here? So I'm very interested to see what happens with that, because I mean, obviously, I think, look, we didn't see the Purgils in the last episode for no reason. The Purgils are definitely helping them get to where they need to go. We know that's probably
that or Hu Yang. You know, she meets back up with Hu Yang. They go to that terminal, and he backwards engineers whatever kind of like fucking thing. But I do think they'll get the coordinates. But I do think the Purgils might be the way that because they obviously don't have, like, they haven't been building the ship to make that jump into hyperspace. So, like, I definitely think they need some kind of extra juice from the Purgils, maybe. What?
We're getting space. We're getting cross galaxy space migration.
Put it in the flux compactor. It's just smushed back to the future and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god!
Why not? Mine as well.
That's great.
But I'm very disappointed though, because they don't recycle in space. That's all I gotta say. They do not recycle in space.
Oh my god. Okay, and on that note, we've gone to recycling in space. I think that's where we wrap this episode.
Why are all ships not biodegradable? That's what they should
recycle in space.
Styrofoam
and destroying the planet.
Anyway, no, no, but yeah, I think this is a good place to end the episode. I mean, again, guys, I think this. I think this episode really knocked it out of the park overall. There are a few couple things that I just don't like. You know, like I said, I don't like that he's a smoke monster. I don't like that Sabine gave in.
Yeah.
But overall,
EBSB,
yeah,
EBSM.
but I think even with those decisions, it's not enough to like ruin this episode. This episode is so good. It's so good on its own. I really do. I think the first two played well together. I think these second two have played well together. 3 and 4, I think, would have been a really good back-to-back, watch because we really get sort of beginning of their trip, and then this sort of ends.
Why?
He is not a smoke monster.
Why?
It's not Ezra.
No,
It's not Ezra anymore.
we do not support the claims.
Guys, give us any final thoughts that you guys have. Anything that we did miss or that you wanted to say? Jeez, we're not doing Ezra Bridger.
He is not the smoke.
He's not a smoke monster. I'm not having it.
Oh God, no.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
That's his final thing. Ezra
That's my final.
Ezra Bridger smoke monster. That's the final thought there. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, I am Jedi Master Tuck. That is Padawan Frito. Tamika, again, thank you so much for joining us. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
Orion, yes.
Please tell everybody where they can find you.
Me everywhere. I'm
Everywhere?
like I said, I'm the friend. I'm jumping on couches. I'm here.
Nice.
Movie Lovers Unite, wherever couch I'm at.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Jason, what about you, sir?
We're gonna get back into the swing of things on gaming in the multiverse, so check back into that.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have got some more crazy things coming down in the multiverse of geekdom, so please stay tuned. We're trying to get back into the swing of things very much. It's been a long time coming. We've been a bit slack-a-lack, and Ahsoka's been keeping us going, but
Yes.
we're getting to it.
Yes, guys, we definitely have some things coming. Again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss anything that we have going on, any of our reactions, any of our reviews, any of our everything. Please check us out, Multiverse of Geekdom, anywhere, and we will see you guys next time for another Ahsoka spoiler review, guys. This has been so much fun, though.
Jason says bye.
I know, he just left. He just said screw it. He's out. So I don't know what he's doing over there. He's just see ya. Bye, guys.